Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at a series known as Acchi Kocchi or Place to Place. Now, one thing people don't know about me is that I am a sucker for anything cute and adorable. I come off very straight laced and very chill when it comes to a lot of things. And one thing that will cause me, I think, a massive just kind of oh my god moment will be anything cute and adorable. And that's why when I saw gifs of the series originally, I was like, I must watch this show. I must watch the show because I never heard about this, and that's a shame because this came out I believe in 2006, at least the manga wise, but the anime came out for it in 2012, and I asked myself every day, where the freak was I? Where was I when this came out? Because honestly, this was a great experience in terms of cuteness. Like, I mean, I swear to God, let me just get this out of the way. This whole show is cute. Everything about this show is freaking adorable. Even the comedy between the characters is adorable. The way the characters are drawn, the way the main girl is Sumiki, who is probably one of my favorite girls in any type of show I've seen, just because of how adorable she is and her cat-like features. I love this show. But that does not mean it does not have some flaws. And let's just talk about, the good stuff first. But first, before even all that, we need to talk about what is the series? What are you getting into when watching the series? So first and foremost, it's a 13 episode series if you count the OVA. So 12 episodes regular series, and the OVA is a +1, so it's 13 episodes in total. You don't really need to watch the OVA, but I feel like it's a good kind of end point for the whole show, at least. The manga is not complete yet, so I kind of will talk about that later when I get to the only major issues I have with the show. But the story is around several characters that are essentially good friends, but really it focuses on Sumiki and Io. These two are essentially, I want to say, almost a couple, and yet not there yet. They are essentially what you see in a lot of anime romances where they're getting closer to being a couple, but still are not there yet. And the kind of story that follows around these characters is Sumiki is a tsundere, but she loves Io. She really does. I mean, she has nosebleeds whenever she sees him in a certain way, and she turns into like a cat-like creature every time he does something like pats her head or is near her and stuff like that. I mean, she is known to jump on top of him and kind of just ride on top of his head like it's nothing. There's even the OEA episode, which I really liked, was where you had like a little tiny version of her in almost like an RPG setting, and that's exactly what I can imagine her being like if this was the case. Now, the other characters are Mayu, who is essentially a kind of prankster. You have Sakaki, who's also like Io's best friend and also kind of also prankster in many ways. And then you have Hime, who's the sweet, airheaded girl that doesn't really bring anything to the table, but she's still nice, she's kind, she really loves seeing Io and Sumiki get closer. She might have a little bit of feelings for Sumiki, but for Io, I mean, but they really never kind of elaborate if that's really a thing or not. But what the show is essentially broken down to is every episode is broken down into a part A and a part B. And part A is like just regular story. Part B is also regular story. They're like usually gag type episodes, kind of just random events happening. Like, for example, one episode is focused on having a snowball fight in extreme situations. I mean, like, Sumiki has superhuman strength for some reason. She throws essentially a giant thing of snow at one of the characters. It's funny as hell. You have Mayu because she's the crazy prankster. She's also very good with machinery. She's actually able to make a machine gun snowball machine, which was just funny as hell. There are episodes that just revolve around kind of randomness overall. There are some more toward the end that seem like it's going to delve more into the romantic concepts. But one thing I really did like about this whole show in general was that you cannot expect anything from it beyond comedy. It's one of those shows that you will just laugh at random shit. If you really like gag anime, you'll love this. There's a whole bunch of anime references thrown in, and it's just one of those things that you don't really take too seriously. You can watch it, enjoy it, and not really think too hard about it. It's just funny, it's cute. Did I say how cute it is? Like, I fucking love how cute these characters are. Excuse my language for cursing, but I had to curse because honestly, these are so adorable. These characters, Sumiki's awesome. Like with these little short versions. Oh my god, awesome, cute, adorable stuff. Let me rewind a little bit. See, again, the only Achilles heel for my character in real life is that I love cute, adorable things. Cute, adorable is awesome. But anyways, I'm okay. Everything's calm. I'm fine. So, the whole thing, the issues with it, I want to again save to the end. So let's talk about the positives for this show. Like I said, mindless comedy. The one thing that's fun about it is that you really don't have to stay 100% alert with this. Just watch the comedy unfold. Characters do stupid things. You don't really have to delve into character archetypes or figure out what their plot is or anything like that. No, it's just meant to be comedy, meant to be gag stuff. It is enjoyable on level. Character wise, I love the cast of characters. They all bring something unique to the table. And while they are cliches in many ways, they're cliches that you can work with because they're so funny. They kind of know they're cliches. I mean, again, Sumiki being a tsundere, expect the tsundere stuff from her. But what I think I like about her is she probably is one of the few characters here that kind of breaks the mold of your typical tsundere because she really is lovable and cute. I mean, she does get pissed off occasionally, and she does kind of like push people away once in a while, and she kind of acts cold to every character once in a while. But she never does it in a way that's like, oh, that's a typical tsundere. She actually breaks the mold of tsundere very often. And another thing I really like about the story is I actually like the voice acting. I think all the voice actors really hit their characters. Io being a stoic character who doesn't really talk a lot unless he has to be talking, it is very very well done. I think Sumiki herself really acts like a tsundere when she has to, and she acts really adorable and cute when she also has to. And various cast of characters also do their jobs very well. The music is going to be hit or miss probably for some people if you don't really like cutesy music. I mean, the opening is actually done by Sumiki and Io's voice actor and actress. And one thing I like about it is just how cute it is and how adorable it is to listen to. But that's not everyone's cup of tea. You're not gonna, don't expect like some grandiose opening from this thing, including the ending, which is I think probably the weakest part because I don't really like the ending music too much. But it's not, it's not terrible nonetheless. In terms of plot, there really, like I said, isn't really a plot. I mean, the closest you'll get to a plot is these two trying to get close to one another, despite, there are issues with kind of their archetypes. I will say that is probably one of the weakest moments of this whole show is the concept of these two getting together, because I will tell you right now that you'll be like me watching this most likely if you want these two to get together. You know what? I don't want to spoil it, so I'm going to say after I talk about the grade for the whole show, that is when you can kind of click off the video, and I'll tell you guys goodbye for that. But if you want me to spoil one thing that I had a big issue with this show, I will do it there. But yeah, so wait until I say the grade, and I'll do my whole outro bit, then I'll talk a little bit more after that. Um, but overall, Acchi Kocchi is one of those shows that you will love if you love cutesy anime like I do once in a while. Don't go into it expecting too much. That's the bottom line to it. Overall, if I had to rate it, A through F, I have to give it a solid B+. As much as I love this show, here's where I'm going to talk about the one negative of it, the one major negative of it. So let me do my outro first. As always, guys and girls, if you like these reviews, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, the whole nine. As always, until I pass across again in the next review, have a good one, everyone. Now, wait for it. Okay, so the people that do want to get spoiled by this, you can continue watching. Otherwise, again, this is your last chance to leave. Okay? So, essentially, when this thing switches to the next image, which is going to be the one that I save for those people that wait after this, then you can leave. Okay? So it's switching now. So the thing about Acchi Kocchi, and I think that it's probably one of my biggest issues with it, is that as a big romance buff, I do love romance in anime, even if it's done in a way that's cutesy and kind of meant to be taken not super surreal or serious. I think Acchi Kocchi starts building up toward the end to kind of make this where it looks like Io and Sumiki will get together, and unfortunately do not get together. And they almost pull a slap in your face with the OVA. Like, I understand the manga's not done yet, so I hope the manga kind of alleviates this. But with the actual OVA, it has this whole issue with it where it's like, oh, okay, let's show them being together, but not being together. Because it's like, oh, there's like a horoscope at the very last OVA part, and it's like, I love being with you guys because being with you guys makes me happy, and that's it. And I'm like, well, that's cool and all, but is there any resolution? Does Sumiki get with Io? What's going on here? And it really kind of just goes into this like, this is what we're gonna end with. So honestly, biggest flaw is that these two do not get together. You want it at one point. You really want these two to get together when you start seeing them always be with each other. And obviously when they start doing the last couple episodes things where they start showing these characters really fall for each other, it bothers me. It really did. I was watching this with someone, and the thing was is that we were talking about it the whole time where we expected, like, I was hoping they would get together. I really was from episode 1. And the person I was watching with went, hey, they're not going to get together most likely. And I went, no, don't tell me that. They have to get together. They must get together. But unfortunately, did not get together. So, that's big. That's a big spoiler for the whole show if you expected that. I mean, you really should not. But, I will tell you guys that right now. Now, also, kind of extra little thing if anyone stayed behind on this is that my manga review, my first one will come out today. So today's Thursday. Or actually, will it come out today? Yeah, it'll come out today, Thursday. And the thing is that what I plan on doing with manga reviews, because I know not everyone loves manga reviews, is that I'm always going to have an anime review up with it. So it'll always be kind of a 2-episode thing, unless, the seasons change, of course, and new anime comes out on Thursdays, and then I have to kind of review those, then different story completely. But for the time being, until anime comes out on Thursday that I can watch or whatever, I will have an anime review out and a manga review out till then. So and like I said with the manga reviews, and I'll explain it more in that video, I'm not going to have a manga review every week. I'm going to have it like every several weeks, but you'll find out about it in the video when I talk about it. Anyways, guys and girls, I won't keep you any longer. I'm not going to do the whole outro bit because, I did that already. But I will have a good... Oh, you have all good day. I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye, everyone.